What's up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm back with another reaction video for you guys. Now this comes from O'Shea Duke Jackson once again. He's talking about Pastor Juanita Bynum. I'm sure you guys are familiar with her, but if you aren't, you will be today. So apparently, allegedly, she is out here scamming the church, asking people for money in the name of God. And I want to play what she had to say, because I think this scamming in the church is getting out of hand and people need to be aware of this. And, you know, it's unfortunate that we have a lot of so-called pastors in the church who are doing this to everyday working class individuals who are sometimes struggling themselves. But I want to get into the video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you haven't subscribed already and you like the content. Share and like the video and turn on that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. All right, let's hop into the video. Here we go.
A few years ago, prophetess Juanita Bynum went viral because she asked 1,000 people during COVID to give up about $21,000. So, you know, she asked everybody to bring $1,000 up to the stage, and a lot of people was not feeling it, and she got roasted for it.
Word on the curve, former prophetess Juanita Bynum is out here in these streets lying on the Lord. And girl, the Lord don't even talk to you no more. Girl, you ain't heard from the Lord since the last time you was on your knees down there and the Lord told you to take up them sheets in your bed and walk. So now you up there talking about the Lord told 21 people to sow $1,000 seed. But the Lord didn't tell you we still recover from COVID, did he? He ain't tell you that we still trying to figure out how we gonna pay our light bills tomorrow, did he? He ain't tell you that rent due, did he? He ain't tell you we trying to buy some food stamps, did he? Why is church get so expensive? It's $1,000 not to get something from the Lord, Juanita. Now, Juanita, why did you trying to charge 21 people $1,000 to get a blessing from the Lord when all the promises of God is yeah and amen? But the Lord telling you about everybody else. But he ain't tell you that Bishop Thomas Whistling Weeks was gonna be a hike in your life, did he? Neither the Lord didn't warn you, girl. But in order for us to get houses, cars, clothes, shoes, Prada, Gucci, Louis, we got to sow $1,000 to you. So Nita, you get to lead the church with $21,000. Why we lead the church listening to the Tape to the King by telling man? Because we want to ask the Lord, did he, you know, authorize, you know, you taking up this $1,000 on his behalf?
Like you have never seen. Like you have never seen. $1,066 is nothing. You can get money back. Yes, Lord. He just said 5 more people are sitting here deciding, but you're not deciding about money, you're deciding about your future.
Baby, I know you lying. What you mean they're deciding about their future? Prophetess Juanita Bynum told her congregation that $1,066 is nothing, baby, insisting God personally selected 21 people. This ain't about money, it's about your future. Prophetess Juanita Bynum says God handpicked 21 people to sow $1,066 each so he can pay some bills and turn their lives around. I know you lying. I know you lying. So God spoke to her and told her these 21 people need to pay bills. Well, shouldn't they be paying their own bills? Baby, this is why I say you cannot take the church seriously anymore. And these pastors, they all about money, and they have been. Like, this is crazy. They've been so dependent and reliant upon the congregation who will just, you know, buy into this foolishness to keep funding their lifestyles and funding their building and their businesses and their families and all of that are the ones who benefit off you giving your money, and your own family is not benefiting. How can you sit here and tell a whole congregation of people, these are working class folks, these aren't millionaires, that $1,066 is nothing, when that is a lot in this economy for people who are out here struggling to pay bills and to buy groceries, and you're going to say $1,066 is nothing? Are you crazy? But there are a lot of people who believe in this, and it's unfortunate because these people have bought into these individuals and they really believe that God is speaking to these people and telling them this. Well, it's just insane. It really is. And in my own opinion, this is why I don't believe in giving to churches per se, especially these big mega churches and stuff, because they already got it. If anything, I would rather sow directly into somebody's life, give the money directly to a person who needs it, as opposed to giving it to them. If you're gonna help somebody, help the person. These people here are just gouging the folks, and they've already amassed millions of dollars, I'm sure, over the years from these individuals, and all these people are still struggling. To ask these people to give this money is ridiculous, in my opinion. They don't care though. They're just trying to get paid off the people. Let's continue.
He said, come now. This isn't about money. This is about your future.
It's literally about money.
This is about the restoration of your faith. He said, God wants some people to pay some bills for him. He said, everywhere you go. He said, I will handpick 21 people in the building that will sow this $1,066 because of what I'm getting ready to turn around in their life. And it's something because in this season,
choosing who you want to listen to
is very important in this life.
It is.
If you need more context than what you've seen in the beginning clip, go watch the video. I've been to a lot of churches, and one thing for sure that will kill anything is a pastor asking for money, a pastor that counts the collection plate at the end and then say send it around another, like all that. Stop listening to these people. God not gonna bless you just because you give money. These people are not pastors. These are scam artists.
Listen, no lies detected. I agree with what he's saying. You know, that's what it is. It's turning into scams. You're scamming people out of money at every chance you can, because you got to pay. You know, they've amassed a certain lifestyle and created a certain level of bills and things that they have to pay. And when things get a little rough, when they've spent too much or they've gone over, now they can just go to the church and say, God said, I need 21 of y'all to give this amount of money. When did money, you know, in a physical sense, in this worldly world, become so important to God? I don't understand that. And you know, but baby, this is why a lot of people who have sense and using their brains are walking away from the church. But if you want to really do some good and help people, you can do that. And you don't, in my opinion, you don't have to go to church to have a relationship with God. If you want to have a relationship with God, you can have a relationship with God from right from your house. You don't have to go to church to do that. You can sow into other people's lives. If you want to give tithes, you can give your tithes to really help somebody else. If that's what you believe in, that's what it's about, helping. These people are just using the church and the God and the name of God and all of that to profit and benefit off of unsuspecting people who they know feel good about going out their way to give money. I've been in the church. And there been a lot of people who've been giving their last, taking money that they would need for their children's diapers and food and giving it to these people, believing and trusting that God was going to make a way for them. Give your last, and then God is going to find a way to help you. Marvin Winans up here asking for donations, and the lady brought the donation, and he was like, that's not what I asked. That basically that ain't good enough. I'm just like, I know you lying.
I, Roberta McCoy, giving faith and stand in unity with the vision of Perfected Church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
Well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
These people have become so comfortable with gouging the people, and they have made so much money off the folks. So that's an entitlement. Now they're used to doing it, and they can't understand when the tides are low, when people fall short, when people don't have money because people out here working and got to take care of themselves because bills are going up. Everything is getting more expensive. And you don't take into consideration that these people have to live their own lives and take care of themselves and their families. Then y'all think people got it like that to keep giving all this money to you? To the point to where if somebody is giving and if it's not exactly what you say, oh, it's a problem? See, that's where I would take my money and run. I'm like, oh, hell no, you're ungrateful, pastor. This is crazy. With people out here struggling, losing jobs, barely could afford rent, barely could afford food, and y'all don't have no type of empathy for the people that are out here struggling and say, you know what, I don't need you. Why not turn it around and you ask the people of your congregation if they need help? And I guarantee you it'll be a big line. And see, that's what they don't want to do, because if you turn around and ask your congregation who needs help in the congregation, y'all turn around and flip the script. Y'all been getting and they've been helping you for years. Why don't you turn around and ask them if they need some help? And I guarantee you the majority of that congregation will be in a line. And see, now y'all gonna have to give out money. You don't want to give out money. You just want to take. It's just crazy. But once again, this is why a lot of people have left the church. Why a lot of men don't go to church. They see the foolishness. They see what it is, who they catering to, what they're asking for. They see all the shenanigans, the scamming tactics. They see it. And nobody didn't want to, people just can't afford it. The pastor can't even help you out with your bill. Can't even put a little something on it for you. But they would get up on that microphone when them tires are short and tell the people, hey, the tires are short. Y'all need to bring it. Why? Because y'all got bills to pay. But you don't think that these people have bills to pay? They don't care. This is a sham, a scam. It's a hot mess. And anybody with some sense would understand that and not do that. You got to look out for you. These people, because at the end of the day, they're not going to look out for you. You can't go to them and say, hey, give me $1,000. Give me $1,066 so I can pay my rent and my bills, even just 1 month. You can't do that. But they expect you to do it faithfully every Sunday. So listen, I want to know your thoughts on this. A shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson once again. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the church, this money that they're asking for? Is it out of hand, or do you agree with that? You're supposed to go and pay those tithes and offers faithfully to the church and the pastor, because God gonna curse you down if you don't? Or do you think that this is a sham and a scam and it needs to be stopped? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear from you, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.